Once upon a time there were two young men, two different walks of life, but they were similar within. Within the 7th grade they were at the same school. School they both hated, that's how they became cool. Cool, but they were broke with no source of hope. All they had was 2 pair of pants, a black and a chap's coat. They finally met Snipe, who encouraged them both to write. Now listen close to what these 2 young men sound like.
My mind was dark and cold like a day in Alaska. I was in the middle like a day in Nebraska, trying to figure out what's my next move, what to do, who was who, and looking at you like who was you. My crew moves so beautiful, smooth and cool, turn this whole block around like a Rubik's Cube. While you had your eyes glued to the stupid tube, immobilizing yourself, I was out making moves, suggesting that you don't make a move, turn you fools into vegetables. What you gonna do when the pressure's on you? Invite a man to the festival too. You don't wanna be labeled as food, and I don't wanna be labeled as who. Took a plate and made a steak out of you and turned you into a table for 2 and entree. Souffle that was made in Bombay, take you to Pompeii. I tasted it and I lead the country. So when Jesus is what they needed, but they hated on Beyonce. So instead of embracing them, they threw rocks like her fiance. So I
Once
say,
upon a time there were 2 young men, 2 different walks of life, but they were similar within. Within the 7th grade they were at the same school. School they both hated, that's how they became cool. Cool, but they were broke with no source of hope. All they had was 2 pair of pants, a black and a chap's coat. They finally met Snipe, who encouraged them both to write. Now listen close to what these 2 young men sound like.
I was born at Somalia, not a one single sponsorer. My guess was my ancestors' posterity wasn't prosperous. My inevitability, I was always where the drama was. Behind me swinging discipline was always where my mama was. Therefore the problem was, this lady knew what my object was. I would allow these project thugs to tell me what a prophet was. Instead of the Bible, I would listen to street disciples. Start spinning inside that cycle where niggas hating females don't like you. You exercise survival like everybody's out to smite you. From a distance you watch them closely, your perception becomes a rifle. Identify with avenue, cause basically he's the same as me. The only difference is he's quicker to lose his sanity. Maybe God's prophet to sprinkle 10 drops on us before some bammers with hammers attempt to sprinkle 10 shots in us. God must have been watching us, cause when we mess and drop on us, he spit, shine and polished us and put this hip hop in us.
Once upon a time there were 2 young men, 2 different walks of life, but they were similar within. Within the 7th grade they were at the same school. School they both hated, that's how they became cool. Cool, but they were broke with no source of hope. All they had was 2 pair of pants, a black and a chap's coat. They finally met Snipe, who encouraged them both to write. Now listen close to what these 2 young men sound like. Dynamite.